Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Young Africa. My name is Wangui. Today we are blessed to have a wonderful guest who is a doctor, and in this particular show we'll be talking about a topic that is really widely spoken about, and that is the chewing of khat. When you walk around Somaliland or Somalia, you will notice that there are green leaves on the streets, and you'll wonder, are they meant for goats? No, they are meant for people. People are really chewing khat here in Somalia and Somaliland. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for inviting me to this show. Yeah.
So you're Dr. Balayah. I
Yeah.
hope I said that right.
Yeah.
Balayah.
It's very difficult. Okay, it's Balayah. My name is Khalid Ali-Ahmed, Dr. Balayah, you call that.
Yeah.
I'm from University of Hargeisa. I graduated from University of Hargeisa, the Faculty of Medicine and Surgery. Thanks for inviting me to this show.
Yeah, we are really happy to have you, especially when you're talking about this topic that is mainly on the health aspect.
Yeah,
because khat affects people and their health.
Yeah, it's a very broad topic. It affects in different aspects. It's, in our community, particularly Somali community, but we will focus on the health aspects and its impact, negative impact on health. So before that, we are going to define what khat and its origin. Khat is a plant that's mainly grown in different countries like Ethiopia, Kenya, Yemen, and as well as the Somali parts of Somalia. And it contains different components, but the main component that it contains are and have effect is cathinone and cathin, and these two components
Cathinone
and cathin.
And cathin.
Yeah. And it's structurally similar with amphetamines, which has similar effects on central nervous system. It has stimulatory effects. When person chew khat, he or she may feel feeling high or high mood, or feeling a well-being or things like that. So and it is popular in Somali community chew khat, and it has a negative impact socially, culturally, as well as it has a negative impact on health.
So it has social, cultural, and health impact.
Yes, as well as economically, it's devastating. Yeah.
So when you chew khat, what happens to you? You mentioned that you feel high.
Yeah, the first time that you chew khat, it takes about 30 to 15 minutes to have effect on your body. The first thing, you will feel very high mood, then gradually the person will feel depressed mood or low mood. Then at the final time, the person will have irritable effects, irritable mood or irritable behavior, aggressive, he or she become very aggressive. So it has different effects, and it has also it is sequela, it is negative impact when you chronically use this drug, or when you chronically or long time use of chewing khat.
Before we go to the negative impacts of chewing khat, does it have any benefits? Like, you know, it's green, and I assume it has some vitamins.
Yes. People, those who chew khat or those who consume it, always claim that it enhances the performance of their work, as well as they keep awake.
Like you're alert.
Yeah, the person will become very alert.
You can work the whole night.
Yeah. Those who work in shifts, or late shifts on nights, they always use this drug, and it keeps them awake. So they claim that it's negative impact outweigh its positive impact. So
I think it's also a lucrative business. And when we are talking about khat and we're saying khat is not good, I'm sure there are people who are saying, well, what are these people saying? Because they depend on it to feed their families.
The reason that we cannot stop chewing khat or importing khat is that there are many families, thousands of Somali families that depend on buying or selling or trading khat. If we don't make an alternative source of income for those families, we cannot stop chewing khat or this problem. So it is it somehow it has a impact. It has it is a source, since it is a source of income. It has a positive influence on our families. So that's one of the challenges that the government or the people who is trying to stop chewing khat is facing. So
it's kind of challenging to say we will not bring in khat anymore.
Yeah.
So who choose khat? Is it the old, the young, the women?
Young people and old people, middlemen, and but sometimes children underage.
Children?
Yes, the drop-out children in the streets, as well as even goods can eat khat. So it's largely influenced by those people.
So in a family context, you can find the father is chewing khat, the mother is chewing khat, the children are chewing khat, and the goats are chewing khat.
Yes, that's because they affect those people who don't chew khat. Sometimes they affect by the other communities, and the environment will support you chew khat. And there are things that induce you to chew khat, like doing nothing or unemployment, or sitting doing nothing. So the only thing that you can get is chew khat to kill the time.
So there are people who they're employed by chewing khat, like
yeah.
When you ask them what do you do every day, I chew khat.
Yeah. Yes.
Like it consumes their time. They are not thinking of seeking for jobs. All they do is chew khat.
Yeah, they are killing their time, and they are spending long hours, long sessions chewing khat. And they can get khat because it's very cheap and it's available, and you can get everywhere.
Is it cheap?
Yes, it's cheap sometimes.
How much is a small bundle of khat?
It has different prices. For example, the range is $4 or $3.5 up to $25. But they are cheap ones. Like you can get 8,000 Somaliland shilling, 8,000 Somaliland shilling or less than that.
So
the smallest bundles.
The quality and the amount.
Yeah, it depends on the quality and the type of job.
The type.
Yeah, they are higher price. Those who have higher price. Yeah.
How is khat chewed? Because I see some people, like they have created some small, is it pubs or khat chewing dens? They'll sit there and it's a group of people and they don't only chew it alone, like not just the leaves. They have something else to take with them.
Yes, it's common to chew khat with your friends or to have session. There are sessions.
Sessions.
Yeah, chewing khat sessions we call. And sometimes the first session starts about 8 a.m.
In the morning?
In the morning.
So you wake up and your breakfast
yeah,
is like
they also don't have any jobs on the unemployed people. They seriously start chewing khat. And they sit up to 8 a.m. Then you can earn up to 12 p.m. Then the most common session starts about 1 p.m. And it continues all the way up to 3 a.m.
3 a.m.
Yeah.
The next day.
Yeah, the next day. Yeah, they will be awake all the night to chew khat. So.
And I usually see them like, is it tea? They take it with tea or soda?
Yes, sometimes they don't only chew khat alone. They just take tea, soda, or they have to get cigarettes for smoking.
Sugar. Some even use sugar.
Yes, some of them use sugar, but it's not
peanuts.
commonly used. Yeah, they also use peanuts. Yeah.
And they swallow it. When you chew the khat, do you swallow it?
When you first chew khat, you have to keep in your cheeks, and then you suck the juice around. Then at the final point, you have to swallow as a bowl of leaves, which has been sucked from the juice, which is dry. That's the part which causes constipation, because it cannot move into your alimentary canal or.
Yeah, because we're not born as ruminants. You know, ruminants have they're able to digest this raw fiber.
They keep their fiber into their stomach or the alimentary canal. So similar ways here. Yeah.
Okay, so people who chew cats, they might have constipation and digestive problems.
Yeah.
What other health conditions can they have?
They have problem in their hearts, like it can cause hypertension, it can cause stroke, it can also cause CNS damage, central nervous system damage, and it can lead to schizophrenia or mania, things like that. It has also damaged your liver, as well as it affects the reproductive system.
How does it affect the reproductive system?
It causes something called spermatoria, and generally we call the term sexual dysfunction. It causes sexual dysfunction, and the person will not be competent for his sex to have sex with his wife or things like that. So and it can cause sometimes impotence. Yeah, or like to reproduce. The person cannot reproduce, or his sperm will not be effective. Okay.
Mentally,
Yeah.
how does it affect you? Like, because I hear people say this person was chewing too much cat, that is why he's mentally ill.
Yeah. Sometimes people use a long time chewing cat, so they are called chronic drug usage. So if you overuse this or chewed cat, it has a negative impact on your brain, and it causes what we call schizophrenia or madness. And sometimes people are admitted for that disease. And the only way is the only solution that we have for those people are to stop chewing cat. And whenever they stop chewing cat, they become normal. Some of them cannot become normal and permanently become schizophrenic, and they have to take antipsychotic medication. And sometimes it's said it causes a depression, although it's not common. It's not common. It's rare.
Depression.
Depression, yes.
Because I think they have they're two different people. When you chewing cat and it's starting to make you feel high, you become a different person.
Yeah.
And when you're not chewing cat, it's like you're angry and
yes.
depressed.
Sometimes people who chew cat chronically, whenever they stop chewing cat or they miss a cat, they feel symptoms called withdrawal symptoms, and that's the person will become irritable. He or she may have nightmares. He become very aggressive and totally different behavior. He may have totally different behavior. So it has its own effect when you withdraw from chewing cat. And as well as if you continue chewing cat, it has its own effect. First time the person becomes very high, or will feel very high mood, but later time he will feel very disappointed or depressed mood or low mood.
I have also noticed that sometimes when you look at the dental formula of the people who chew cat, it seems like their teeth are not okay.
Yeah, so when you use a long time, because they don't brush their teeth, is when they chew cat sometimes. So it has its own effect on dental. It is dental problem, like dental caries, as well as it can cause bronchitis sometimes. And it's a source of infection, because those people, when we say source of infection, we mean those people who chew cat. There are many people who get a small heart. Then maybe someone who is infected by TB or has a tuberculosis, he can spread easily to others.
Because you're in an enclosed
enclosed not aerated place, not well aerated place. So it can spread the disease. Okay.
And can it make you do things that you did not plan to do, like you end up behaving funny?
Yes. Sometimes it has what we call hallucinations, or seeing things that other people cannot see. Or some people say, I see things that other people say. They say funny things, and some people, they become very talkativeness. They even talk much. So that is the effects that it has.
Most of the people who chew cat, like you say, they have sessions. You have the mornings, the afternoons, and the late at night.
Yeah.
And you'll find that there are a community of people who are not only using the khat,
Yeah.
they probably are using other drugs.
Yes.
And this can influence the people who, if you are only chewing khat,
Yeah.
and you're in a community of people who are smoking,
Yeah.
people who are using other substances.
It affects mainly the cat vendors. You know, there are female people who sell cats. Then mainly they are women, and they sit in front of people who chew cat, and she prepare tea for them, or the other thing she can give them cigarette. So whenever the cat consumer is smoking a cigarette, he's blowing the smoke to other people which surround them, which surround him. So this smoke can affect all the people who is in that area. So they become very passive smoker. Yeah.
So you end up being not only chewing khat, but you start abusing other drugs.
Yeah. So whenever you chew cat, it's sometimes obligated. It is sometimes possible, and it's common to add cigarette. You have to smoke cigarette, as well as you have to take other illicit drugs. Yeah.
Well, I have a friend. He was a foreigner, so he came here and he said, "Why can't these people be creative? Why can't they blend the khat and drink it as juice?"
You drink.
You drink it.
Sometimes those people who lost their teeth, the old people use that one. That's a very nice technique. It could be a very nice technique because we are saving time. Because one of the most problem that's caused by chewing cat is the people spend a lot of time sitting, doing nothing, just chewing chat. So if like the Yemen people always they chew cat, they put cat in their cheeks, and then they do their work.
So they don't. They don't chew sitting down.
Yeah,
they chew as
they
they
don't.
work.
The other problem is sitting down with chewing cat. Yeah, yeah. So it's better to chew cat while walking.
So here people chew cat while sitting down.
Yeah.
And if they are addicted, it means they will not go to work. They will not look for formal jobs.
Yes, because unemployment. They claim that unemployment is one of factor, but they themselves can cause unemployment, because if you that person who's cat consumer, if you get a job, you know, the time of work starts about 7 up to 3 p.m. and he wants to start his session about 1 p.m. So he have to go out from the work at 1 p.m. So he will be dismissed easily. So it's one problem that sitting for a long time.
Okay, so we have looked at the health aspects.
Yeah.
What are some of the social aspects that are affected by cat chewing?
Firstly, economically, it's economic drain, particularly in our country, because we spend millions, or 5.5 millions per year or per month for cat importation, or to import a cat. As well as it's economically affect those families who they are. It economically affects these families, because when the man gets money, he spends all his money to buy a cat, to get a cat and a cigarette. So he will not feed his
family.
His family.
He will not take his children to school.
Yeah.
And most likely the wife is not working.
Yes, the wife is not working.
Depending on him.
Yeah.
And he's depending on cat.
Yeah, he's depending on cat. As well as there will be a neglect of his children, because he will not aware of his children.
There's no time for children.
Yeah.
He has time for friends and the cat.
And the
then,
cat. He will come. He will come to home late, and he will wake up late, and he will not. He will never see his children.
So you end up having children who are not raised like they used to have a father and a mother, but they were not actually raised by that father, because the father was always absent.
Only the mother will look after the children, but he will not have any idea about where the level of the schooling of the level of the school of the children, and how they behave, where they go. Even they can forget their names.
They forget their names.
Yeah.
You meet them and they ask, you my son? Are you my daughter?
Yeah.
What's your name?
It can happen.
Yeah.
It can happen. And as well as it can create a conflict between the families, because the man come late in the night home, and while he is very aggressive, then they can shoot with each other and can lead to divorce, many meaningless divorce. Yeah.
So because here in Somaliland especially, the rate of divorce is really high.
Yeah.
And this can be one of the reasons.
Yeah, if you analyze it, we can find that about 70 or 80% of the divorce is a result of chewing khat, or that bad behavior caused by chewing khat. Yeah.
I'll ask you a very personal question.
Okay.
Have you ever tasted khat or chewed khat ever in your life?
No, never.
Why? What made you not to?
Okay, we normally aware of all that things. We see that friends are chewing khat, but or one of the relatives is chewing khat. So we have enough information about this, how to chew khat, how it starts. Because I think maybe everyone knows about chewing khat and how it crack again.
How comes you did not try it?
Yeah.
What do you think made you not to want to try chewing khat, especially when you are a young person?
Okay. Sometimes it's said that when you are starting chewing khat, people start from testing. They test the first time, it's very bitter, and then they do it again. Then it becomes very sweeter, and gradually it becomes very sweeter. Then it becomes addicted, and the person will have addiction to that chewing khat. Then it will increase the amount of chewing khat, bundles, 2 bundles, 3 bundles. Then at the end, you cannot stop chewing khat. If you stop, hereafter that another symptoms will develop. Yeah.
Was it because you were educated and you knew the negative side of using khat, or was it your parents or your upbringing? Maybe you grew up in an environment where nobody was chewing khat.
Both. My parents don't chew khat, even my father don't chew khat, as well as whenever you become very educated or know the components as well as how it affects the person, you will not try even to chew khat, even to become near. So the main factors that cause to chew khat is illiteracy. Because many people don't even know what this substance contain, or what this plant is contain. So they just try to test it. And the other problem that I'm going to mention is those people who grow khat from Ethiopia, they use pesticides to kill the weeds. So their pesticides has some effect because they are poison, and they have its negative impact on health.
And they don't wash the khat before they chew it.
Yeah, they sometimes they say
from the farm with the pesticides, and you just put it in your mouth.
Yeah, they put it, and that's cause poison. That's a poison for them.
And that's why we will have cases of cancer. Because these are foreign objects, they're entering your body.
Yeah, it needs investigation, but it can cause a different large negative impact on health.
So I think we need to really create awareness. We need to tell people that khat, just because you see your father chewing, and your father may be successful, because some people chew khat and they're successful in life, maybe they were fortunate, and it doesn't mean it is the norm that it is okay to do it. And we really need to create awareness, especially in young people in schools.
We need a social change, generally a social change, in every aspect. Like culturally, we have to give awareness that it's not good to chew khat, particularly in public, and we have to give awareness or education to people. And we have to give, although it needs a large program to fulfill that, but we have to do that. We can do that.
And I also, you see, the way you're saying we need to create awareness and tell people that it's not right to chew khat. The women, they also chew khat, but they don't do it in public. Because it's said culturally.
Culturally. Because if the woman if a woman chew cat in the public, the other people will say to her that she's dropped out. They will tease her. She is spoiled. She cannot live among this community while she's chewing cat in publicly, and they consider that she's mad. She's not normal. But if a man chew cat publicly, nobody tells them or nobody says to a word to her. So
if it was not for the culture,
yeah,
the women would publicly do it. So we'll have a situation where everybody's chewing.
They would chew as a woman, as a man. They would chew as a man publicly. Yeah.
So for those who are already chewing cat right now and they want to stop, now that they have heard the chewing cat is wrong, it will affect you, your health, your social life, and your success in future, how can they get help? Is there hope for them?
Yeah, yes. We need to have a rehabilitation center first.
Do we have a rehabilitation center?
I think there's somewhere called Sahan Rehabilitation Center, and they keep the people who use psychotic people have psychiatric problems, and psychiatric problems. And there was when you visit there, if you take history or ask questions about those people who are kept there, then you will know that the main problem that those people have is they use to chew cat. So their side effects cause to a psychiatric problem. So we have to build many rehabilitation for them, and we have to also create jobs for them, because unemployment is the main factor that's taken part for chewing cat. So whenever a person get a long time or doing nothing, he will just misuse this right. So if the person, and other thing that we are going to encourage is the public service, like schools as well as the organizations as well as the ministries or the public institutions in commonly. They have to increase the working hours. So if you go to office for 7 p.m., it's better. If the person comes come out from the work about 5 p.m., he will not get chance to sit to chew the.
But that's a reason, because people have the culture of you work from morning till 12. Then even you go home.
They run away from the office after 11.
To go and chew?
11 o'clock. So they will have a time to chew cat. And the other thing that we're going to do is we have to create an alternative source for those who depend on this chewing cat. Like we have 1,000 families.
A source of income.
Yeah, we have 1,000 families. We have to make research about how many families depend on chewing cat, buying, selling, cat business in general. And if we find those numbers, the government can plan a strategy for developing an alternative source of income. So we can stop, as well as we have to limit the places that we sell cat, because you find the cat everywhere, every corner, every place. So
there are no restrictions to where to open a place to sell cats.
Yeah, we have to have a restriction, and we have to impose also excessive taxes when the people importing a cat, so that will decrease the amount of cat that is imported into our country. That is the one of the solutions. But there are many solutions if we are going to try it.
Okay, your final word. What's your advice to young people? Those who have not started eating cat and they are maybe influenced, they feel like, let me try. What would you tell them?
Okay, the only thing that I can say is, first, don't try. Don't try. If you try, you will start. Then you can't stop it. So don't start. Don't try to chew cat. If you try, you will continue up to the end. So, and the other thing is, you have to read about what's cat, how it affects the body, as well as its negative impact. If you know about more information, if you have more information about cat and its components, you will not eat it, or you will not chew it. Okay.
So, That's a very good advice. Before you start using something, ingesting something, first of all, know what it is.
Yeah.
What are its benefits? What are the negative impacts?
Okay.
What does it contain?
Okay.
Just don't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's stuff.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Balayah, for coming to Young Africa. Thank you for your advice. We have learned a lot from you. And to you, our audience, thank you for watching Young Africa. And as you have heard it from the doctor himself, if you have not started, don't try it. And for those who have already started using khat and they are wondering, what can I do to get out of this? There is hope and there are places where you can get help. Thank you so much. My name is Wangui.